start. Integrity is the hallmark of judicial discipline apart from others. It is high time the judiciary took utmost care to see that the temple of justice does not crack from inside, which will lead to a catastrophe in the judicial delivery system, resulting in the failure of public confidence in the system. It must be remembered that woodpeckers inside pose a larger threat than the storm outside. Para, the behavior of a judge has to be of an exacting standard both inside and outside the court. This court in Daya Shankar versus High Court of Allahabad and others within bracket 1987 3 SCC 1 held that judicial officers cannot have two standards, one in the court and other outside the court. They must have only one standard, rectitude, honesty and integrity. They cannot act even remotely unworthy of the office they occupy. Para. Judges are also public servants. A judge should always remember that he is there to serve the public. A judge is judged not only by his quality of judgments but also by the quality and purity of his character. Impeccable integrity should be reflected both in public and personal life of a judge. One who stands in judgments over others should be incorruptible. That is the high standard which is expected of judges. Para. Judges must remember that they are not merely employees but holding high public office. In R.C. Chandel versus High Court of Madhya Pradesh within bracket 2012 8 SCC 58, this court held that the standard of conduct expected of a judge is much higher than of an ordinary person. The court held that judicial service is not an extraordinary ordinary government service and the judges are not employees as such. Judges hold the public office. Their function is one of the essential functions of the state. In discharge of their functions and duties, the judges represent the state. The office that a judge holds is an office of public trust. A judge must be a person of impeccable integrity and unimpeachable independence. He must be honest to the core with high moral values. When a litigant enters the courtroom, he must feel secure that judge before whom his matter has come would deliver justice impartially and uninfluenced by any consideration. The standard of conduct expected of a judge is much higher than an ordinary man. This is no excuse that since the standards in the society have fallen, the judges who are drawn from the society cannot be expected to have high standards and ethical firmness required of a judge. A judge like so and so wife must be above suspicion. The credibility of the judicial system is dependent upon the judges who man it. For a democracy to thrive and rule of law to survive, judicial system and the judicial process have to be strong, and every judge must discharge his judicial functions with integrity, impartiality, and intellectual honesty. Para, there can be no manner of doubt that a judge must decide the case only on the basis of the facts on record and the law applicable to the case. If a judge decides a case for any extraneous reasons, then he is not performing his duty in accordance with law. Para, the Supreme Court dealt with a case of a judicial officer who was appointed as a judicial magistrate on 1/3/1985. On 8/2/2001, he was put under suspension and dismissed from service on 15/1/2004. The appellant oblique judicial officer challenged his suspension in writ petition filed before the High Court. The same was dismissed. Notice was issued in the special leave petition on 14/12/2015 limited to the question of quantum of punishment. The only issue to be decided was whether the punishment imposed upon him is justified or a lenient view can be taken in the matter. Para, emphasis of the learned counsel for the appellant was on the first proviso, wherein it is stated that if an employee is held guilty of accepting gratification other than legal remuneration as a motive or reward for doing or forbearing to do any official act, the penalty mentioned in clause 8 or 9, that is removal from service or dismissal from service, shall be imposed. Para, the court observed that we are only concerned with the issue of penalty and we need not go into the entire gamut of facts. However, for the purpose of deciding this appeal, it would be necessary to mention the core allegations made against the appellant.